Welcome to Tour Truck Tuesday. Chris Trott with TaylorMade Golf. This is going to be an exciting one for you. If you are new to the channel, hit subscribe, hit like, hit notify. It's my first day hitting my brand new P770 long iron, P7MC long irons, and this is where it gets interesting for me. I'm going to go P7MB, I think, in the short irons. But there's a few call outs that I want to make here to the fitters out there, to you when you're testing and going through your fitting. A couple of observations that I'm getting. These are literally the first divots are hitting these irons. The whole purpose I've hit them first is to get this fresh. I've not put the clubs on TrackMan yet. That's about to happen now with you guys. So let's get into it and let's just first off call out a few things about the irons. My set makeup, very important. I play a P770 in the long iron currently, and I'm gonna easily switch into this new one. I've hit it on the first look videos from TaylorMade. I think you should go down into the description. I'll try and find them and put them in there to make it easy for you. I'm gonna talk more about the tech in those videos. This particular one on my channel, I wanna talk about what you have to do as a player to get into them. Bottom line is, there's a flighted CG. That's the important bit. What does that mean? Flighted center of gravity. I've talked to you all about this in other videos, about offsetting the CG of that golf ball to the center of gravity of this club. It effectively means loft for loft, old 770 versus new 770. This is going to launch higher with a touch less spin. It's going to be fractional. But for me, with what I want this club to do, that's perfect. I go driver, 3-wood, then the longest club I have between 3-wood and getting into the irons is this 3-iron. So I want it, I might not do it today because it's a bit cooler, but I'll put it on normalized. I want it to go a long way. And then when it comes to launching, I've got no issue with that. As long as I can get the launch out the 3-iron, especially if you're hitting shots into elevated greens and stuff, or long par 3s when you play those longer golf courses. This club works for me. I have every confidence this is going to be a very easy switch. As you look down at the golf club, I mean, it's a pretty look. Offsets change slightly on it. It's a good looking club though, but it's big and it gives you some confidence in that long iron. And the thing I like about it is you can't see anything behind the club either. You've got top leading edge and that is it. From there though, honestly, I didn't expect to make this video. I just thought I would have gone straight into the brand new P7MC, like for like. I've built everything the same spec. One of the only mistakes I've made today potentially is I haven't bought my old 3-iron. I haven't bought any of the old P7MCs because I just feel like I'm going to get straight into these. That's where I thought I was going to go. But as you can see, like I say, from testing some, I thought I'd make the switch at the P7MB, and then to you, the golfer, where do you make that change? It's all very important. Where in the set are you going to put that P7MB in? I was thinking probably 6-iron, but then last minute for the video, I threw in the 5 and the 4 and the P7MC 5 and 4 because they look so good. I wanted just to have them here to see them, to see what the flight was like. And I mean, we'll get into it now, but if I hit them like I've just hit them before, I might be going P7MB the whole way through the set. So just to start your fitting, I've got a target that's out there with no particular yardage to it. It's a flag I can't reach with a pitching wedge, but just hit some away. And we'll talk a little bit. This is a P7MB in the pitching wedge. I think the loft's about 47. But you're laying down numbers. You're going to look at spin rates. I'm not really worried too much about it. I want to get the body moving. Going to get these numbers onto normalized. So that's gone 120, just a nice hit pitching wedge, 10,000 spin. That's what I'd kind of expect to see. Look at the turf, the divot, good day for divots, is equal depth on both the toe and the heel. But what I will call out about this, and again, you can go to the TaylorMade videos that are below that will give you a lot of the tech information of it, but the back, the weight has gone behind the center of the golf club. So it's gone from being asymmetrical to having that symmetry of weight behind the golf ball. When I put it down, this is what got me. The blades have changed a lot. It's a small head. I mean, it looks beautiful. And the sole through the turf has changed quite a bit. It's wet today, so you might not get the feel of that. But just going through the turf, now potentially I can get more out of a blade because it'll spin a bit more for me. Yeah, the MOI on it's going to be down a little bit, the moment of inertia, so how how easy it is on off-center strikes, but I trust myself in these scoring irons that I can consistently strike the golf ball. So a little bit deeper on that one, as you can see, a little bit steeper, but gone through the turf nicely again. Good club path, good attack angle with that. Spin came down a bit, hit higher in the blade, but yardage was under control. It's gone in my window. So like I'm saying, the dilemma to me, they're brand new clubs, so like you guys, I'm going to keep them clean. You know how that goes. The dilemma to me is, where do I change? Because no doubt in a pitching wedge, that looks awesome. One of the things when I picked them up first and started hitting balls, because it was a smaller head, the shaft felt long. This second time round of picking them up, maybe I'm getting used to them already. You know what it's like. You have to give yourself a break on new clubs. You have to be like, they're going to feel different. I'm fortunate right now, I'm playing well, so I wanted to get down here and test the clubs. They're on the same shaft, same grip, same swing weight, same length, same lie, but it still feels, initially it felt more upright and that felt longer. Now it feels a good lie angle, and I know it's right because I measured it, but the shaft feels longer because the head is smaller. So then, okay, that's the pitching wedge. I haven't hit the 9-iron yet. I'm going to take a look at it. I went straight into 8, and maybe with your process of how you do it, you could also do that, but for the sake of this video, again, I just assumed P7MB, I'll play it through to 6-iron. Well, like I say, we'll jump into that in a sec, but if I put this 9-iron down, it's got a nice look to it behind the golf ball. Same target, and I'm really just thinking, okay, can I play this 9-iron? Does the look of it look good? Let's hit a golf shot and just see. Lie angle looks great, balance looks good. I mean, I'm happy with it. So again, we're just laying down markers, looking at start lines. It's wet out here, so don't judge too much into it. 138 on that golf shot, maybe again hit a little high out the blade. Nice smooth one. Watch it all the way down. Div it a little deep again maybe. Again, it's wet. Be honest with yourself, 132. The consistency is there. So again, 9-iron, short irons. I can spend time on that all day, but I don't see anything. Does the shaft now, like I said, first impressions when I looked at it, because the head was smaller, it was popping out feeling long. Now it's starting to feel good. Maybe it's me as well loosening up. Let's go 7-iron. I spend so much time hitting balls with 7s. We all have our favorite clubs, don't we? It's amazing how we get into that space. 7-iron. Now I'm going to bring a target in that I think I can hit this distance. Start to challenge yourself with a golf shot. Not too worried about yardage. I've got it on normalized. 7-iron-B, if I get 155 out of this, and then if I'm a bit more on the golf course, club feels flat, which I like. Not bad. Not in love with it. Didn't capture it on track, man. Did me a favor there. Okay, good swing. Nice shot there. Look at the peak height next to the target like that. 160. Happy with that. 160, 8,000 spin. Good. Just trying to get a feel for them. Don't rush the process. Fanned a little bit. Again, be honest with yourself. Good yardage, I think. 161. How much consistency are we getting out of this now? Which then got me to a point where, okay, visually, I like the look of this P7MB. And you're going to like it too, trust me. The boys have done a hell of a job. So visually, you're looking down on this and you're like, all right, I've hit some good strikes, some not great strikes. I'll change it to 6-iron. But then you start to feel like, okay, can I push myself into the 5? And the first few shots with this I hit before were just absolute rockets. Like there was no need. And you get sucked in all the time to these photo shoots or watching the best players in the world hit these. And you're like, okay, is there really a purpose? It looks small behind the ball. Can I get into them? And that's what I was doing earlier. Great divot, great feel, great flight. 193, great yardage for a 5-iron. Okay, can I do it again? And you start to think, okay, I can hit 5-iron. Another good strike. It's going to be so similar. Lovely compression, good flight. 191. So the consistency is insane. 191. Peak height 76. Straight switch. You have to do it, and this is what you have to go through in your fitting. P7MC now. So we're going 76 peak, 191. It's significantly larger. Club feels shorter to me because the head is so much bigger. Bang on in the length. Good shot there, lovely height. Yardage, 193, very similar. Peak height slightly higher, but that's something you're going to have to work between the two clubs. You're going to have to make the decision as a player. Am I going to go 4-iron for the switch? Am I going to go 5-iron for the switch? And again, this is where I was earlier when I was hitting the 4-iron in the MB. And that's, again, is that ego getting in the way of my fitting. But I actually just started striping the 4-iron. Then I was just like, okay, maybe I need to play the 4-iron here as well. And that is the point I want to make about this video. As you go into it, you can see the yardages are consistent. You can see the peak heights are there. Bottom line is MC is going to fly a little bit higher. MB is going to be a bit lower. But I think as you go into the fitting and you start to work through it, I think you're going to be at a point where you're looking at it going, you know what, I really like these MBs. Because that's where I got. I really like the fact of how this golf club looks in my hands. And you start to like the flights of it, but it can be an emotional decision. So I would say to yourself before going in, just make sure we get somewhere where this TrackMan catches the numbers. 200 yards on the 4-iron, so the gapping's good. Got to watch that. But I'm at a stage where looks good. I mean, this is going to be something for me where if I was in a fitting and you guys were there, you'd really have to spend a bit of time being like, okay, make the decision going in. What do you want? 202, that's consistent. Peak height 72, that's consistent. Spin rates consistently where I want it. Just a call out, but you've got to make decisions going in. Any decisions you make emotionally on the spot could really impact where you want to be. Because right here, right now, for me, I'm already, okay, where do I make the change? What do I think of when it comes to my stats? Here goes the 3-iron. There you have it, nice strike. See what yardage that gives me. Maybe smothered a little because the height wasn't there, 66. 212 though, so we only know with that if I get a better delivery, I can get a better height, but 212. So that will be where I'm at. Go through it, take your time. If you want a combo set, for sure you can do it, but you must change the irons at a place and go in with a mindset where you want to change them. Because for me here, and I'm gonna have to spend a lot more time doing this, now I'm unsure whether to change it the 4, the 5, the yardages are good, I've checked all that. There's actually no need now for TrackMan, there's no need for any of the alignment stuff. Maybe I could start hitting some different golf shots, but the bottom line is, the numbers are there, they're where I want them to be. The shots are there where I want them to be. The yardages are where I want them to be. So where do I want to change? That's what you have to work on as a golfer. Decisions made before you go in aren't going to impact what you're doing in the fitting suite. Obviously, we don't all have the luxury where we can build 2 4-irons, 2 5-irons to make that change. If you can do that, I recommend perfect. I mean, I love that play. but it might not be an option. So have your decisions made before you're going in. MB, obviously smaller, beautiful looking golf club. You're gonna get drawn into that. It's a natural thing. We all have an ego. We'd love to play the blades. They feel great, but just know where you're gonna pivot in your set. Good luck with the purchase. Enjoy your fitting. You can learn more about it at the TaylorMade Golf website. It's gonna be all in there. P7MC, P7MB, and that beautiful 770 that it's just a straight plug-in for me with the flighted CG. Awesome golf clubs. You're gonna love getting fit for these.